Welcome back, trainers. So I'm going to go over something that I see coming up here and there, and that is Tyranitar, Bite and Crunch being better than Mewtwo with Confusion, Shadow Ball, or Psycho Cut, Shadow Ball. And we're going to do just a few other comparisons, seeing that the Mewtwo with Shadow Ball has now been announced as a legacy starting on the 20th. So we're going to go ahead and focus on that. Now we're going to go into this Alakazam raid. It has Confusion and Shadow Ball, arguably one of the most difficult. It really depends on which type of Pokemon you're using. If you're going up against that with Tyranitars, it's not going to be difficult at all. If you're going up against it with Gengars or Psychic types, it's going to hurt you quite a bit. And Focus Blast should be fairly simple too if you're using Gengars, because they are resisting that 4 times and can tank right through it. So let's go ahead and get into this. To the left we have the Psychic and Confusion Mewtwo, and then to the right we have Confusion and Shadow Ball. The Shadow Ball one is doing 40.3 DPS with 13 in attack in its IVs, and then the Psychic with 12 in attack is doing 36.8. So you can see obviously quite a significant difference because, well, it has 2 charge bars for 100. Anyways, let's go ahead and check out this battle. Mewtwo is going to be putting in some work. I'm going to be dodging some of those Shadow Balls. Otherwise, it's just going to take Mewtwo out in almost one hit and leave it with no health. And then we're going to do a little comparison here to Alakazam with Confusion and Shadow Ball, and then Tyranitar, Bite and Crunch, just so you can get an idea. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I've experienced with Tyranitar, Bite and Crunch, and why I think Mewtwo is better with Confusion and Shadow Ball, or Psycho Cut Shadow Ball, and depending on the situation. So now we have Alakazam with Confusion Shadow Ball, and it is not too high in attack. It's 11 IVs, but that's okay. We're still sitting at 35.0 DPS. Now, if that was like 15 attack, it would be probably like 36.0 or 35.9 or something like that. So not much of a difference. Nonetheless, it's still putting out a massive amount of damage. Not like Mewtwo is, sitting at 40, but I mean, come on, it's Mewtwo. One of the highest output of damages with that moveset. Now we have Gengar. Do believe this is one of my highest, other than the one that has 2 in defense, because the lower that defense, the higher your attack's going to get. Alright, so 39.1 for the Gengar with Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball. And you're going to have to think about stab as well. Mewtwo's not getting stab off of that Shadow Ball, but it is with that Confusion. But it's not super effective against Alakazam, right? But Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball are on Gengar, so it's going to be doing a massive amount of damage. But at the same time, you're not going to be able to stay in the fight as long as Mewtwo is. But still a great option if you have a team of 6, as you've seen me do before. Now, this is Tyranitar's dilemma. It has Bite and Crunch, which is a great moveset. It's getting Stab, and if you don't understand what Stab is, that is actually going to be same type bonus, simply allowing you to do more damage if you have that same type as your Pokemon, right? Now, let's talk about when we see Giratina possibly. Is Tyranitar going to be a better option than Mewtwo with Shadow Ball? Well, seeing that Confusion's not going to be super effective, it's not going to be not very effective either. It's just going to be neutral. Tyranitar, on the other hand, is doing super effective with Bite and Crunch. So you would think, oh, well, that's probably going to be the better option. It's going to be doing more damage. Not necessarily. Not at all. Look at the DPS, 31.6. Now, in terms of longevity in the battle and doing a fairly good amount of damage, Tyranitar is an A+ for sure. But when it comes to doing as much damage as you possibly can, Tyranitar is not what you're going to want to do. Because let's look at it like this. Gengar can beat Mewtwo in a duo. 2 people. They have Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball. Alright, it needs to be, I don't think you can do it with Confusion if Mewtwo has that. Or Shadow Ball. Best bet, let's just say Psycho Cut and Focus Blast. It'll be a guarantee deal. Alright, if both of the trainers have powered up Gengars with those moves. Now, if Tyranitar went in there without Weather Boost, this is without Weather Boost on the Gengars as well, with Bite and Crunch on the Tyranitars, both trainers, a team of 6, you're going to do a lot of damage, but you're not going to beat it, because it's just not the best option. Now, can Mewtwo do it with a team of 6? Completely max out Mewtwo's with Shadow Ball and Confusion or Psycho Cut? I don't think so. You're going to have that Gengar, because like I said, it's going to be doing stab. But although I think Mewtwo is going to come nearly as close, if not do better than Tyranitar. Alright, so there's my personal opinion. I know a lot of you don't really like that because Tyranitar is a very, I guess, much loved Pokemon in this game. And it is good, don't get me wrong, but there's going to be better options as far as doing the most damage. Okay, so there you have my personal opinion there. And now we're going to check out this Hitmonchan with Counter, I do believe, and Ice Punch. So just straight up Mewtwo's the Shinobi is going to be number 5. And then Akira is not even powered up. So I threw the Shinobi in there because I was like, okay, I'm sure by the time I get down to that, it's barely going to have any health. And I was right. So whenever it does do its Psychic, it's basically like it's doing another Shadow Ball. So it's no like the imbalance here. So you're going to be able to see, can you beat a Hitmonchan with Mewtwo's with just Shadow Ball powered up? And let's go ahead and check it out. With that said, trainers, thank you for watching. And I'll be bringing you some more videos very soon. Take care.